here with Stephen from Top Class Catering and Events to talk a bit more about your DIY wedding options. Town halls, marquees and other empty spaces can provide great venues for brides looking to personalise their wedding or looking to tailor the wedding to suit the budget. But then life can get a bit complicated. Most of us have never planned a big event, negotiated with a caterer or had to decorate a hall the size of a town hall. So Stephen and his team have had over 20 years of experience sorting all this out for brides and providing a range of services to suit. So Stephen, what are the first questions a bride asks when they come to you?
Well, when the bride first contacts us, there's a number of questions. The most common one is how do we break away from a traditional hotel type wedding, and how do we pull it all together? So bride and grooms, can't forget the grooms, they're looking at bespoke venues, whether it be a village hall, a town hall, or a space where they can put up a marquee and make it their own hall, and how they can transform that into their dream venue. And we use the word venue strongly. We transform a hall into a venue, where it will compete with 5-star hotel function rooms, so to speak.
Absolutely, because obviously if they're going with a hotel, they usually get to see how it would be set up for a wedding. Do you find that makes them quite nervous when they don't really know how it's going to transform?
Yeah, because when they see a hall, they're seeing it empty, they're seeing the bare bones, which could have been used the night before for a game of badminton. How does that look fairy tale like? How can we make that venue into this fairy tale wedding? So a wee bit of vision is needed. Now we have loads of pictures on our website and on Facebook, social media, to try and ease them in, say, listen, this is where we can get to. But also we invite our clients to come to a wedding that may be taking place. The couple might be getting married at 3 o'clock. We are set up at 2 o'clock. We've transformed the venue, so we invite our clients to come and see a venue dressed for a wedding before any bride and groom will arrive. It won't be 100% finished, but it gives them some kind of vision and some kind of idea of what can be achieved.
When it comes to food, do you find that brides usually want to tailor their menu a little bit, or are they happy to sort of stick with the traditional wedding dishes?
Well, food's transformed over the last 20 years. It's went from steak pie weddings to a la carte, and it's good because the whole wedding industry has increased their standards, I think. But food is food, and people have different palates and different tastes, and we have suggestive menus. Most of the time the brides take our experience and advice that they will go for a suggestive menu, but every menu can be changed and is altered to suit.
And if you were to advise a bride on what to look for from a caterer or an events company, what type of things would you tell them to look for?
Well, if they're looking for caterers out there, I think the biggest thing is go on the feedback and choose maybe 3 or 4 companies, have a wee look at what they have on offer, and then arrange to meet them. And when you arrange to meet them, a relationship is struck, so you decide whether they're for you. And the questions you should be asking is it local produce? Is the food cooked on location, or is it pre-cooked? We don't cook before the wedding, we cook on the day at location.
It's fresh.
So it's as fresh as you can get. That's why what's sneaked into the wedding industry is a question that brides are now asking is, do you do a tasting? This is a kind of hotel word, because hotels have restaurants, and it's very easy for a couple to go in and sit in their restaurant and taste some food because they have an active menu. Whereas we're location caterers, I can't bring someone into our showroom and feed them their dinner because we're not cooking that day. We cook on site. So when we do these open days where brides will come and see a venue set up for a wedding, if there's some soup ready, we'll let them taste it. If there's some of the main course ready, we will let them have a wee bite, but we don't do formal tastings as such. So it is a question that's asked about tastings, but the bride and groom should really ask the questions is, are they established, have they got a good feedback score, and do you like the person you're dealing with?
Absolutely. And we noticed also that you have a Master of Ceremonies service. What do you think that adds to the
Well, the Master of Services is basically it's our managers.
Right.
The Master of Ceremonies will watch the timeline of the wedding.
Okay.
Now, timeline is very, very important for any brides getting married. Remember this. Your day rushes in so quick, and it's very important that someone is keeping an eye on the timings.
Yeah.
Not only for chef in the kitchen, but you've got to think if a photographer's late half an hour during the day, that snowballs on to night time, where the evening guests are arriving while daytime guests are still eating, and then your band's late and starting, and it just snowballs. So your Master of Ceremonies is watching the timeline and going to the exact timings. Also, he is the face of your wedding. So when bride and grooms turn up at this venue, the Master of Ceremonies is their point of contact.
Okay.
He'll answer all the questions, and he's the one that will make sure that everything's running on time.
Well, Stephen, thanks very much for speaking to us.
More than welcome, and thanks for watching.